Hi. So we're going to be doing a video like this today using my phone um, because I want to be able to show you some stuff in real life, some physical stuff. Then we're going to flip over to a screencast and kind of end that way. So um, today we're going to learn about studying text. And it's one of those things people have told you, professors have told you, and teachers and everybody has said, hey, look, just study this text. Go in and read it and study it. But what does that mean, really? I mean, we each have kind of some strategies and techniques and underlining and highlighting and stuff. But what does that really mean? So we're going to be looking at that, and we're also going to talk about why studying text is important. So if you've never been taught how to study text, chances are that your students have never been taught how to study text. So they need to be taught so that they can engage in the process of learning more about the text. Now, first of all, we're going to look at the problem of underlining. Now you'll recognize this. This is the typical underlining thing. Now you'll notice random lines are underlined. Here it says content and process, after all, are two sides of the same instructional coin, which is great, but what does it mean? Who really cares? The other thing that you'll notice is very quickly underlining disappears. And the reason is we intuitively understand that underlining things that seem important to us at one point in time is not really great. The other thing that people will do is they'll write in the margins, and they'll write a note in the margins, but then what happens is you quickly run out of space. The other thing that people will do is they'll use external notebooks. The big old yellow pad is a pretty typical way of dealing with notes. None of these ways really work. One of the best ways to study text that I've found is by using either little slips of paper or post-it notes. What you can do is you can put the post-it note on the page, either with the sticky side down above the text if the text is towards the bottom of the page, or the sticky side up under the text if the text is toward the top of the page. But in general, what you do is you would just read the text, read, and then you write your note. Now, if you're going to quote from a certain spot to another certain spot, you can put that in there. And it doesn't matter if you're overlapping. So if I go from here to here, it doesn't matter that I'm overlapping the text because I can always just pick it up and put it back down when I'm done. The post-it note is great because it allows me to keep track of what I've read, keep track of what I'm important, and also record notes as to why I thought it was important. If I find my comments and ideas are going to run long, I can just add another post-it note and another post-it note. Sure, it makes my book look silly, but I've got a lot of great notes. Finally, the other thing I could do is I can actually use my phone to scan these notes. Then I can add them into Evernote, make notes, add questions, and so on and so forth. Which begs the question, how do we take notes in Evernote? Now, when we take notes in Evernote, it's pretty simple. We just look at what's going on, and then we highlight something that we find interesting. We highlight by clicking on the Evernote icon, and then selecting the full clip, the rectangle, or the audio. So right now we're going to clip a rectangle section, and just highlight that, and then let go of the mouse, and it'll automatically save it to Evernote. I then have the opportunity to type some text in and go back to my document. I'm going to scroll down and find some more stuff that's interesting, click on the icon again, and then select a rectangle. Now, this quote is going to go over multiple pages, so I'm just going to do it twice real quick. I can then type in important ideas and different things. It syncs over to Evernote, but I'm not done yet. Now, I've done this over a few days and a few different things, so I have multiple Evernote notes. So what I'm going to do is first make this title more meaningful, and then I'm going to go to the note called Evernote Links. I'm going to copy the note link into Evernote Links so that I create a table of contents. This way I can thematically create notes and do a variety of different things, and all of my notes are accessible right here in OneNote. It's pretty cool. Finally, we're going to look at taking notes on a Kindle. Now this is the new Kindle Paperwhite, and it has some pretty great features. I'm just going to go back to a page I've already read, and look at this. Since the governor's race was nothing more than a dull cakewalk to victory for Jerry Brown, Proposition 6 became the most talked about contest in California. So I'm going to highlight that because for my historical needs, it's very important. Now it's highlighted, I can add a note. In the note, I just type, much like modern anti-gay legislation. Because you'll notice that in a lot of races, the political candidates and the pundits kind of take a back seat when a marriage bill is on the plate. I hit enter, save, and there's my note. Now in the Kindle Paperwhite, one of the great things that happens is that my notes then go to my clippings. And I can include all of this and scroll through here pretty quickly to see what is happening. Here's the note, the text that I highlighted, and here's the note that I wrote with it. So those are recorded, and that's a good way to take notes if you're using something like a Kindle. Okay, so we've talked about a variety of different things. We've gone from taking pen and paper notes to using a Kindle and using Evernote. You should have a pretty good idea of how to take notes. And now what I want you to do is to upload a scanned copy or show us a screenshot of some Evernote text interactions that you've done. So text that you found and annotated either using Evernote, Post-it notes, note cards, or a picture of a Kindle with some notes. I look forward to it, and I would look forward to seeing the discussion. Summary is due tonight for chapter 9, 10. It's in the syllabus. Bye.